Meetings Management 11 Steps to be a professional in a meeting session. What are the best ways to manage meetings to be a professional in any meeting? Have you ever felt that you spend a lot of time meeting with your business team or a potential client or investor, a time that you cannot recover, a time that could have been used to finish a project or even spend it with your loved one? Have you ever left a meeting and realized that nothing has been achieved? On the contrary, there is more confusion than before. Although meetings have become an important part of the way of doing business these days, they often have negative results and take a lot of time and are often not organized, i.e. basically, meetings are a waste of time that leads to interruption of productivity and workflow. Being a business owner or the president of a company means that there is always a challenge about having tight time and trying to get the most out of it, and there is no place to waste time or energy on unproductive activities. Therefore, determining the way in which you conduct meetings has a great impact on time and final results. Smart leaders manage meetings through a clear framework and modify their behaviors so that all individuals participating in the meeting can exit the meeting with knowledge of the action plan and next steps, and through this article we will present to you some ways that make you manage meetings in a more effective way. The best ways to manage meetings. First, determine whether the meeting was important or not. Before thinking about holding a meeting, make sure to know if there is a need to hold that meeting or not, and a meeting must be called if the information that will be discussed cannot be discussed over the phone or email, then a meeting should not be called if information will not be exchanged. There was a clear benefit to gathering workers in one place. Second, ensure that all concerned persons are present. Do not invite to a meeting in which the persons concerned cannot attend, as this will lead to the postponement of the discussion and the meeting will lose its importance. Third, make a strong start. This important part is often overlooked, but in order to maximize interaction and effort, it is extremely beneficial to spread positivity and build a relationship with the other person or the entire group. Start talking about simple topics first in order to raise the level of energy and avoid going into serious issues immediately, but talk about a current success for the company or for someone in the meeting. Use the positive and the general state of good feeling for your advantage and make the topics you talk about innovative in order to arouse the interest of others. Fourth, bring some donuts or cake. The only thing that makes us more likely to tolerate a meeting is when there is something to eat, so make sure to bring some cake or donuts. Fifth, the placement of the U-shaped seats. There are 3 different types of conference room setup, which are the U-letter, the circle, and the lecture style. In the style of lectures, everyone sits side by side and the leader of the meeting is facing them, which gives him complete control in the meeting, but this does not allow cooperation between individuals. The circle shape gives a sense of equality between individuals, and there are many ideas proposed, but with the absence of leadership, the conversation may take another course. As for the U-shape, it is the best shape as it gives everyone the opportunity to participate, but with the presence of the leader at the top of the U, which keeps the conversation on its path. 6. Before starting to get into details, discussion, or generating ideas, you must be clear about the final result that you want to reach from this meeting. Share the goals of the meeting with all attendees in order to speed up the process and avoid any distractions. In addition, indicate the exact time you plan to spend talking about each topic, and don't forget to spare some time for the questions at the end. 7th, the leaders will speak at the end of the meeting. Good leaders know the benefits of giving everyone the opportunity to speak up first before beginning to share their own opinion. Not only does this method give you an opportunity to recognize the way everyone thinks about the situation, but it allows you to build trust by making them feel that their opinions and ideas are heard and taken into account. Determine the clear purpose of the meeting. Instead of imposing your orders on the team and giving instructions, listen attentively to everyone's opinion and use that information to solve potential problems. When you encourage participation, you urge them to think more and show respect. 8th, recognition of others' opinions. Speaking and sharing personal opinions is an easy thing and it needs a few skills, but listening carefully from the other side is an art that not many leaders can succeed in, especially in critical situations at work in which everyone does not feel able to speak about their fears or opinions freely. There are many problems that can be avoided by increasing the quality of communication. Therefore, do not just listen to the words that are said, but pay attention to the movement of the body and the tone of the voice and the meanings that may be between the lines. Then, let the speaker know that you heard him, understood him, acknowledge his vision and evaluate him even if you were not happy with him. This process is necessary for great leadership and for opening many doors for you when you want to influence others. When a person feels safe and that there are people who understand him, they often share their views. 9th, the person asking the question will be the one in control of the conversation. Don't worry about getting off track with a conversation in a meeting, as another advantage of letting others speak is that you actually control where you head into the conversation. Open-ended questions, in particular, are invaluable when guiding a team through a meeting or when having a sales conversation. Also, curiosity is of great importance. When you are faced with a problem of losing one of the people to focus, ask him about the extent to which the topic is related to the purpose for which the meeting was held since the beginning. 10th, share and ask for their opinion. It is natural that when an individual is the head of a company, workers look to him for inspiration, suggestions, and setting guidelines for them, and therefore after giving everyone the opportunity to speak, do not hesitate to say what you think and make sure to know their reaction, and in the end be sure to create a situation that is profitable to all the parties involved in the topic. 11. Define clear results. Before ending the meeting, take extra time to summarize the discussion and to make sure that everyone has a clear view of the outcome of the meeting and the next steps. As asking about any questions or concerns of business people saves you time in the long run and also helps you avoid misunderstanding. Acknowledge the steps that have been achieved, and celebrate the results that have been achieved. Get everyone out of the meeting with good, positive energy.